just have Guri hover bot side to just try and make sure that Saigon Buffalo can push with reckless abandon, and then just send Froggy to the top lane to have the charm act as that cocoon. Fit looking to try and perhaps bait SGP forward, but it's a bit hard to do, and it's going to be so much pressure early on. This lane is disgusting.
It is going to be disgusting for Saigon Buffalo, but I recall a similar lane matchup where I think it might have been a Caitlyn support, and it was going up against the Nautilus. I can't remember who was playing the Nautilus, but there were some really disgusting dredge lines that ended up landing, and
yes.
I remember calling whoever was playing the support, is this Taki reincarnated as another player, even though it was being played against Taki. And you know me and my bad jokes and how I like to think they're funny.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, as you said, Hook was gonna land, and that's the barrier forced instantly. Taki needs this control, but that is barrier traded for nothing. It's good, off to a good start, but you have to wait for that Hook cooldown. You have to wait for SGB to push back up. You can't really fight at level 1 with the Q start, but a level
Killer
1
Queen
game...
spotted out by a ward. B can still throw out the dredge line, but Taki just standing far enough away, and B doesn't want to commit. B, though, did lose a lot of his health bar from that trade, even if Taki did have to burn the exhaust.
Yeah, the barrier gone, and it's a very good ward to just put out the to spot the level 2 gank. It's not too much loss for Killer Queen. He's going to be a little bit behind on the basis of he had to walk the long way around Dragon Pit, but now he's pathing towards the top side, and Guri is pathing bot lane. I don't necessarily know if this has been spotted. Lots of damage onto Vits, but good dredge line to dissuade it.
And Vit just chunked down a little bit low, which is, to be honest, what you expect when you're playing against a double ADC bot lane, especially when Taki has Hail of Blades and Shogun has Arcane Comet. And
this path from Killer Queen, though.
He really wants this bot lane angle.
Yeah, and now Taki's revealed himself.
Oh, he just flashes forward with the auto into the dredge line. Taki forced to flash away the ignite, taking down Killer Queen, making his way over. But in the end, Killer Queen not even needed for the play. And Taki will lose his flash. Shogun will lose his heal.
Yeah, Killer Queen kind of actually, I don't think was necessarily expecting that aggression to come straight out of B. I think it was mostly there to perhaps dissuade the dive, or dissuade the gank from the side of Guri. But they spotted an angle to and burnt a lot of summoners, and burnt a couple of summoners, so now that Caitlyn even more vulnerable, and on the rest of the map, it's going the way of Team Wales pretty okay in the CS.
But that's how we expect this lane matchup to go, right? In isolation, Shogun and Taki are going to get a lot of poke damage down, but if we can find those dredge lines, if they can find that engage to either lock down Shogun or Taki, it gives so much opportunity for Vit just to be able to get a favorable health trade. But Guri has just been able to farm up. Haven't seen this Elise looking for a gank just yet, and B hex flashing into the bush, spotted out by a ward, but in goes Guri, and that's a CC onto Froggy, pardon me, in goes Glory. Froggy flashes away, one more auto would be enough, but Team Wales will be content with just getting Froggy's flash.
Yeah, neither player had the support. Glory hadn't found his way back to pick up an ignite. B spent his on to Taki. This is going to get a good reset out for the side of Glory, though, as top lane, Husband's going to be safe on the tower. But you just see... Okay, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not safe on the tower. Okay, that changes everything. That is not meant to go that way. Jax is not meant to be winning that hard.
that damage was illegal. It was almost like he already had his shield.
He's not even level 6. He didn't even have the burst from the ultimate. So, goddamn. Nagia, we talked him up at the start. He's on a rise. Hasmed sort of in a slump. He was getting better, but Nagia's just apparently too damn good. Speed's playing with a hex flash.
Can we just take a look at how much damage the empowered the W auto did? Because
yeah, and it goes
that was
through
150.
And it actually goes through despite the flash from Husband. So now, if Killer Queen wants to make his way up there, there's a Sheen on Nagia, there's still a flash available to set up the flash counter-strike. Hasmed has to play super safe right now, but of course, the real focus of this game is bot lane, so all the junglers both just lurking, hovering around this bot side. That should be trying to freeze it right now. It's going to... They're playing? Oh!
Oh,
Saigon...
Dredge line
Ooh.
flashed away by Shogun, and now both flashes down for the Saigon Buffalo bottom lane. While this is going on, Guri has started up on the Drake, and Killer Queen has wormed his way into the bottom lane, and B can look for another potential engage.
Yeah, I think the menu kind of walked into the bush and showed Killer Queen backing, but it will just be the first dragon. It's a Chemtech tech Drake. It's not the biggest prize, but it's a good to get your Drake stacking. But Nagir is just okay. I can just proxy now. He's fine. He's having a great time. This could give an opportunity for Elise currently making her way to the top side to find a pincer, as that control ward in the bush is not going to be spotted.
I think
So
Glory has
as we-
fire in the mid lane right now, so can work his way up if Nagir requires support, and I don't think that ward made its way into the brush.
Didn't quite, but Nagir is now in a spot where if Guri steps out of line, there's now everyone's making their way up for the Rift Herald.
Glory
Well,
being caught,
Glory.
but being Killer Queen are here. Self-ult casted by Glory. Over the wall comes Guri, and now Nagir is making his way over, jumps forward with a counter-strike. Glory over the wall, out to safety. But
one.
so much damage onto Taki, and Nagir will get his second kill of the game.
It's actually so insane that only one kill goes down. There were so many setups, but everybody had summoners available except for Taki and Shogun. So with that victory, with how much damage they did to health, that's going to be Team Wales pretty happily in control of this jungle. Killcrate's not going to look to try and execute Guri, but he will try and take a red buff away.
Does Guri want to fight this? Harzmed is going to make his way up. Nagir is relatively far away. Smite is available for Killer Queen. In he goes. Is
That's
a
it.
to steal the red buff. And Guri has to skittle their way over to the crowd. How
Gonna
does spiders
skedaddle,
walk?
regardless.
Skedaddle. No, it's like how a spider walk.
Probably a skitter, I think. I think skitter.
Skitter, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's why Skittering Frenzy is the, at least W, I think it is.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. I'm not quite sure which form W, but yes. Spiderform. Thank you to our release expert
Yeah,
on
I
production.
forgot. Yeah. You know, Spoots is producing. We've got an Elise game. It's happy Spoots time.
Yeah, and also, I thought potentially there could be an ankle hot. Never mind.
Oh, the dredge line beautifully timed through the charm, and the damage comes through onto Froggy. Doesn't have to burn his flash. Lissandra doesn't quite have enough burst damage to put Froggy under too much pressure.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the sort of late resets coming out from Team Wales, I didn't actually know if they were going to be able to grab this Rift Herald, but they come back into the map. Killer Queen is going to go straight there and grab it. This is going to be spotted out. Gloria is going to be spotted, but it should mean there's no dive coming through. Never mind, they've seen them leave. Guri looking for, doesn't have a flash, so this is going to be a little bit
Froggy is
difficult.
making his way down as well. Ace in the hole tanked up so much damage on it to B. Flashes away, aggressively played by Guri.
Oh, now here's
Trying
Froggy.
to kite it back, has a Featherstorm, has the
Oh,
blade follow
really?
with a flash, pull from back, but Froggy will make it 2 for 1.
They had no business getting a kill there. There's no wave to finish down the turret, so it's going to be a 2-for-1 overall, but that's 4 members committed to the bot side. Glory, unfortunately, kind of had that earlier roam, so he can't punish mid, but that's a good response from the bot lane of Team Wales. They play that out extremely well, and it lets the solo laners get a bit of time to themselves to wail on these turrets. Not quite being able to get that plate is Glory.
I see what you did there, Marby. Well on these.
Bird. Yeah.
I'm sorry. You know how I have to work. If you don't want to be cringe, I have to find a way to make your non-cringe cringe. However, what is kind of surprising is the fact that Saigon Buffalo are still rather even in gold, and I think that's courtesy of picking up a couple of tower plates in the bottom side. I think, though, a large portion of the goalie that Team Wales has is probably just sitting on Nagir's Jax, which I guess means it's not too useful for Team Wales when they want to skirmish around the bottom side of the map.
Yeah, Nagia's got a little bit. Glory's found a little bit as well with picking up that assist, picking up a lot of CS. Okay, Bear.
Dredge line, a lot of damage. Pop goes Shogun, and it's still a 2v2, although Vit is very low, needs to back away. Saigon Buffalo, rather surprisingly, don't want to
hello, Glory.
That's because Glory's making his way down, as his Killer Queen does a Rift Herald as well. The ult down, and this is the dive and a half from Team Wales. Glory tanks the tower shot. Killer Queen tanks another. Team Wales, 3 kills, beautifully done.
The juggling is beautiful, and with the Rift Herald, Killer Queen can sort of walk his way out there. Gonna see if Froggy can find any exit kills on his way down, but I think the recalls have come in a bit too fast. Though Killer Queen is late on his. Does Froggy find him? Service. We're not gonna find out. But this starts
we get a replay instead.
This is the second half. Guri avoids the first round of the ult, but it doesn't put it on cooldown. What goes up must come down, and Killer Queen is able to convert on the backside, get a good 2-man cyclone. Killer Queen seems to have gotten away okay. Dragon will be there as a punish onto the reset timers, but Glory's lurking. Nagia is... Oh no, Nagia's on the map. His Pog was hidden. But it's going to be a Dragon. That's alright for Saigon Buffalo. You're continuing to get that stack. You still have that potential win condition in pocket. It's a good Dragon Soul to help you if you manage to bring it back, but this bot lane has not gotten the advantage it's wanted. It's a full Gale Force completed for Vit now, having picked up 3 kills, and Shogun's still trying to piece together his mythic. Had to stop off for a tier and some boots first, but it's not the pressure they wanted. It's not how the game plan was meant to go.
And let's not forget, this is Shogun trying to complete his first item. That's a lethality item, whereas Vit has a crit item, which is worth more gold anyway. So this is a very good spot for Vit, although he doesn't have his tier 2 boots completed. But with that Gale Force, that's a lot of damage that can now be coming through from the Team Wales ADC. And this, again, is reminding me of that last time Saigon Buffalo tried to play with this dual ADC bot lane. It just didn't quite work out. Taki ending up taking too much damage, Glory with a very nice sidestep off the charm, and then just takes a glacial path over the wall and out.
Okay, but now Taki might have stepped too far forward. Hex Flash from B.
Depth charge, guaranteed knock-up, guaranteed follow-up from Team Wales. Killer Queen flashing forward, and Team Wales are not taking any prisoners. Looking towards Froggy, Guri jumps up, and now Froggy turns onto Killer Queen, tries to get over the wall, but Froggy gets the kill. A 1-for-1 in the river. Dredge line, though, straight onto a trap, into the chains of corruption, piercing arrow as well, and surely B will fall. Good Dredge line. Harsmith, though, able to follow up on the play and pick up the second kill for Saigon Buffalo in the fight.
Yeah, they couldn't quite get the execute onto Guri, and Harsmed makes the roam first. It leads Killer Queen in a position where he's overextended. The trap placed earlier by Taki secures the kill onto B, who didn't actually have his full proper flash at that time. So it backfires. This starts off really well. It's a good read to just get on top of Taki and kill him, but then Killer Queen gets a little bit greedy, and they find what looks like a decent angle, but with the repel, they can't get the execute. Glory abandons ship a bit too early. I think he saw the TP coming in, and this is just unlucky for B. If that trap's not there, he probably finds he might not find a way out given the position of Shogun and the ability to hit that Chains Corruption, but yeah. It's bit of an unlucky. Bit of a good teleport from Harsmed, bit of a unfortunate you can't kill the spider.
And with that, it is still a 2k goal lead for the side of Team Wales, so they do have control over the game in terms of goal, but it is Saigon Buffalo with 2 Drakes, and they could be making their way onto Soul Point soon as well. Yomu's now completed for Shogun, and Blade completed for Taki, and this is something that I always like to mention whenever you've got these teams that are strong early on, as well, mid lane versus ADC. Mid lane is going to take them out on top, and Froggy says thank you very much. Picks up his 3rd kill of the game.
Yeah, that's still worth it for Vit. He got the first Brit gold. He managed to pick that up, but it is shut down going over to Ari, which is not ideal. Not ideal for Team Wales by any means. It also means you're 4v5 on the map because Froggy has that teleport. you should probably just let this one go, but
Team
okay.
Wales want to play Killer Queen into the backline, and it's a 3-man stun from Nagia. Hasmed locked down. Glory casts herself up. The charm will not land onto Glory. The repel from Guri, but right back down into the meat grinder. 3 kills for Team Wales.
Guri tries to go back in and pick up Glory, but he can't do it, so it's going to be a Rift Herald for SGB, but that's a huge team fight win. That's without Vit. Vit wasn't there. Vit was dead. He's only now making his way to mid lane. Froggy's got the wave cleared to keep the turret alive, so they can't convert an objective, but it's still more and more gold. Yeah, Vit's on half health, and Vit just says, I'm getting this tower. I can't do anything. I'm going to get a tower.
To be fair, he did a fair bit of damage on to Froggy, and if he wasn't in a 1v2 with the second member of Saigon Buffalo being that tower that Vit was very desperate to kill, it might have gone slightly differently. Tower picked up in the top lane as well. Yeah.
Also, if he wasn't half health to begin with, he might have actually looked to
True.
invest the flash and try and outplay, but says, no, there's no hope, there's no chance, I'm just going to take what I can get. Rift Herald will now be dropped. Teleport coming in from Glory. Should just defend the play, and with Dragon spawning, that's a bit of pressure. SGB might have been hoping to use a little bit better, use a little bit cleaner. Ultimates up, nope.
Nagia says,
Oh,
I want
no.
to say that. Dredge line comes through, and that is so much damage to Hasmed. Able to
much
keep
healing.
himself alive, though, with the Iron Spike Whip. And now Team Wells being forced away. Froggy fishing for a charm, narrowly misses out on Glory. Both teams just going to duke it out in the mid lane once more, but it is Saigon Buffalo now with pressure and map control for this Drake.
Yeah, that's Glory's ultimate down, that's Nagia's ultimate down. Hasmed didn't actually have to blow his Dominus, so Team Wales kind of in a disadvantage in the fight right now. They also taken a decent amount of damage across the board. Glory can't teleport back and either, so Team Wales is going to try and play for pressure in the mid lane, trying to stall this dragon so Glory can get back. Actually, he's not even going to reset. He just can't. So this is a good spot for SGB. Team Wales, I would recommend maybe trying to go for the steal, but you can't look for the fight afterwards.
Really good charm though, lands onto BMB, has been instantly popped straight away, but in goes Glory, who's the focus on? He's looking towards Taki. Taki knocked up, flashes over a wall. Glory in pursuit, but Hasmed in pursuit of Glory.
Oh no!
2v3, great piercing arrow snipe from Shogun. Killer Queen on the chase, are looking for some juicy spider, but it's forced to back away. Saigon Buffalo win the fight 3 kills to 2, but the Drake is still on the table.
Yeah, and that's good news for the side of Team Wales. They managed to delay the dragon, and the fight is pretty even, so it's not the end of the world. That's actually a win for Team Wales, given their positioning, given their ultimate deficit. Just that fadeaway arrow from Shogun picking up Vit, though, if that hadn't come through, it would have been a really great fight for Wales. But now there's a Bloodthirster completed for Vit to stand up against this poke, and this starts off with B just kind of getting caught, not respecting the pick potential of the tools, and there's no Lissandra ultimate, and they commit so much engage onto just Taki that this sort of just
Can I just take
a bit of a disaster.
moment? I want to take a moment to really praise Vit, because so often you see ADCs being very passive. Vit dived in, super aggressive with the Gale Force, Flash Blade called really early on to get a kill. Unlucky to get sniped by Shogun at the end of the play, but I'm loving the aggression that we're seeing from the Team Wales ADC.
Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes down to the second part of the fight, but okay, Glory's gonna put that
in
on
goes
rest.
Glory, finds Starkey, now it's Guri who gets a burst down. B is still alive, but 1-for-1 as Nagia falls, cleanse from Vit to keep himself alive. Froggy, though, still with 3 charges on the Spirit Rush, fishing for a play, can't find the charm onto B. Team Wales now on the back foot, B getting chunked down, piercing arrow, good dredge line, the turn onto Froggy. Is there enough feathers though from Vit? The final one comes through, Husband gets on to the back line, 5-2 kills, shut down for Shogun, and Killer Queen is on the run, burning down, will be able to survive, but Saigon Buffalo find themselves a 4 kills for 3, and they will be able to find themselves their 3rd Drake of the game.
Yeah, they don't have the ability to deal with Hasmed. There's a lot of healing coming through. Their target priority is split, and okay, now Nagia wants some exit kills, but he's gonna find a trap instead. Okay, he's gonna
over the wall searching for
Nagia!
Down instantly by the cocoon. Someone tell Nagia that he's not Killer Queen.
Okay, look, I'm gonna have to see if Nagia has merchants, because he bloody needs them. This starts off as a good start from Wales. They immediately delete the jungler, but Nagia unfortunately ends up jumping straight into the Chains of Corruption and pops immediately, and that is so much of Wales' gold. Froggy still has the ability to re-engage, start up the fight, the Hex Tech Dragon keeping B slowed, and all this damage. Look at how much Harsman gets off of this health back. He gets the stun onto Vit. Vit can't do anything. Sort of a bare skin luck that Killer Queen gets away, but so close, just edges, and it's a soul point for SGB. That's their way back into it. Team Wales has to be a lot cleaner around these objectives next time, but there's so much CC, there's so many pick tools that they have to be wary of that Saigon Buffalo can always fight.
This is the VCS, we call it the Vietnamese Crocodile Series for a reason. Harsmed on the croc and showing just how impactful it can be, even if it doesn't get that early lead. If it can get onto the backline, get on top of Vit when Vit doesn't have a Featherstorm available, it can spell disaster. Dredgeline from B, sadly just a little bit wide of Harsmed. And right now a 2k goal lead for the side of Team Wales, but Saigon Buffalo getting pressure on the top side river. They want to be setting up for this Baron Nashor.
Yeah, and there's not really a response coming out from the side of Team Wales. They're not controlling the side lanes particularly well. They're not setting up and trying to pull Buffalo around the map. Buffalo are just getting to group up as 5 and force the issue. Now it's even harder. You need to find a way to pop that Banshee's Veil on Froggy, but don't have any fantastic way to do it. You're kind of hoping one of the Qs from Vit will tag it and remove it, but make your so stunted, because I'm starting to feel as the time goes on, Froggy is the one you need to blow up. That's almost your consistent damage dealer as the Ari darts in and out of the fight, throwing the Qs, throwing the Spirit Rushes. Shogun's kind of just got one arrow.
And Froggy trying to find these setups for plays with an Everfrost, with the Charm, Banshee's Veil for some extra protection. And it's so hard to get on top of Froggy. Also want to point out as well, Vit going for a Bloodthirster second item, not going for the Navori Quick Blades that we so often see. And I'm guessing that's Vit just saying he's getting bursted down. He needs to find some way to sustain through these team fights.
There's a ton of burst, there's a ton of poke coming up from Shogun. It makes a lot of sense to get this early Bloodthirster. Now he's getting the Quick Blades, just delaying it to third. It's not the end of the world at all. So now we just need to see, can B start up the fight? Can B find the target? Froggy, if he walks into Glory, that can spell a disaster.
What if Taki walks into Glory?
Well, Taki should reasonably just die, but also Glory hasn't built the most damage in the world. He also doesn't have damage in his runes going for the whatever it's called, the Unsealed Spellbook. But he also hasn't ever changed that summoner spell from teleport. So now I'm really annoyed. I'm annoyed he's going for that. just take the electrocute. If you're not going to keep hot swapping, picking up ignites and some mites and things, but it's just posturing. But Team Wales are too scared to really try and make pressure happen with the Jace. Jace is building for team fight.
Everfrost not going to land, neither will a Charm. Now a teleport coming through, and Glory wants the engage, flashes forward, finds a 2-man Everfrost. Dredgeline comes through, 1-for-1 so far. Nagia into the backline, down goes Shogun, and Vit is just free firing the feathers. 2 kills for 1. Team Wales come out on top, they pulled the trigger. And with the Drake Cup in 1 minute time, Saigon Buffalo should be able to reset, but Team Wales are going to eye up the Baron Nashor first.
Yeah, Team Wales going to try and pick this up. Can Buffalo do much to stop it? They have a full health Caitlyn, but it's a support Caitlyn, so probably can't threaten all that much. Maybe they can try and delay it. Maybe they can try and trap them in the pit. They're going for it.
Harsmed, or maybe just a little bit too late. I was wondering if he'd just jump over the wall for a play.
Yeah, I guess the hope is to try and force them out and delay their resets as much as possible, so you get prime position on the Baron. But doesn't happen in this fight. We see there's so much dive onto the side of Shogun. He gets the lead instantly. Glory pays for it, not quite able to pull out the triple stasis by any means. So still has that means they still have the stopwatch for this fight. Froggy kind of poking forward.
Has Froggy gone too far forward? Killer Queen stepping forward. Froggy
Killer
forced
Queen
to
might
spirit
have.
rush over the wall. Chains of Corruption now landing on it to Glory. Ace in the hole as well. But it is Killer Queen who has been chunked down so low. Needs to find a way to heal up. Same for Glory as well, but Froggy has used this spirit rush. That is a very important cooldown that is gone for Saigon Buffalo.
Oh no, Killer Queen, but you have to be so careful. You can't be the one poking your head in. You need to be here for the dragon. Glory has reset. He's gonna try and walk his way in instead of teleporting. Killer Queen also can make this trek a little bit quicker with the Hextech gates, but if they show that if they sort of spot that Killer Queen isn't in the area, this dragon should just be instant for Saigon. Glory's in the wrong position on the mid lane.
But Glory looking for a flank angle though.
The flank. No, he was just clearing wave, but the threat of the flank was enough to make SGP sort of turn away.
Nagia and B, they're going so far into the backline, searching for this flank angle. The rest of the team slowly making their way over. Froggy finds a two-man Everfrost. Chains of Corruption lands onto B, who is now on the run. Nagia is going to tank the ace in the hole as Team Wales start to back away. But it is the Whales who now have control over the river. They got the bot lane pushing on in, and it's all this fight over. Actually, the Drake's already been taken, so Team Wales have denied that soul from Saigon Buffalo. I didn't even see that being secured.
Yeah, Nagira and B are apparently just tanky enough to be able to put the threat down and give the space for Killer Queen and Vit to take the dragon. Vit is a quiet 8-4. He's quietly picked up 8 kills. He's died a few times, but 8 kills on Azire is definitely nothing to be snuffed at, and if he can get up in close in these fights, which could be difficult given how much threat SGB has and how much threat range they have, he can put out a lot of damage and absolutely carry the fights. He just needs to be given the ability to get in close with that Gale Force, with those Quick Blades, and tear through with that W. But now Buffalo, we still see the strength that they had, despite the fact they've pretty much had this 3k gold lead for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes now. They still just have so much control over this map, over zones, that Team Wales have to play super cautiously and pretty much wait for Buffalo missteps to actually make plays.
Good charm on to be from Froggy. Lands the Everfrost as well. Dredgeline comes through. What can Vit do to keep his support alive? And the answer is not really much. Guri over the wall, though, right into the waiting arms of Glory, who casts the ult onto Guri. Guri will be able to stay alive. Ace in the hole just to dissuade Team Wales from aggressing any further, but it won't dissuade Killer Queen because it's Killer Queen. Of course he's going to go in, and Vit Gale forces forward to secure the kill.
You know what? Killer Queen is also going to take the blue buff because he earned that everything. He earned it. Glory's kind of sitting here molding, but because he really wanted that. But we kind of saw there. Yeah, Guri felt safe. We saw the ultimate get used. Glory does not have enough burst damage. What's it called? Shadow Flame. That's going to be coming through shortly. Could be. No, it's Shadow Flame. It's the needlessly large rod. So eventually, Lissandra's going to be start hitting like a truck instead of simply being a nuisance and an annoyance. But still, it's been a pretty good game from the top half of Wales so far. Nagia could work to apply the side lane a little bit more. Could try and apply this pressure because that Baron kind of got them that dragon and 1 towers, which is not really enough for Team Wales to bring it home.
Team Wales, they want to say, we are the dominant water species. We will murder all crocodiles. 2-on-1, surely not much Harsmed can do. Guri, though, is making his way over, and Pop will go. Harsmed doesn't even use the flash, and now Guri has walked himself into a world of hurt, a world of pain. Drops down. Glory was forced to take the path out to safety, but Guri will fall 2-for-1 in favor of Team Wales, though they are now on the back foot. Froggy charging forward, lands the charm, instantly cleansed though by Vit, turning it around onto Froggy, and almost gets the kill. One more auto would have been enough, and all the while Nagia just split pushing in the bottom lane. Yeah,
Nagia apparently heard me, and that's how Team Wales played that out. They played it really close. Glory and B kind of playing with fire there, B pushing very aggressively in, Glory going forward on very low health, but Vit is the hero there. They aren't able to pick up the inhibitor, but that's still more golds, more pressure for the Jacks. We're gonna have to see where that converts into. I'm expecting probably a Guardian Angel next. Have to see how far away he is from that. And this Jax just continuing to build up to be a big team fight menace to dive onto Shogun and ruin this backline of SGB.
Now a 5k goal lead for Team Wales. Saigon Buffalo, though, are still on Hextech Soul point. If they can get that Hextech Soul with champions like Froggy on this Ari, a Varus, a Caitlyn, that can be an incredibly powerful soul. But again, Nagia is getting stronger and stronger. Hullbreaker completed for Nagia. He really heard you, Marvy, and now Nagia is saying, look, I'm strong enough to work in the side lane. If I go in the side lane as a Jax with 3 items, nobody is able to match me, even if they come as 2.
Yeah, I see that, but I feel like Team Wales' main avenue has been team fighting, and we're gonna see another one happen around this Baron. I feel like Saigon Buffalo should kind of just concede this, delay it as much as possible. Okay, Jax.
Into the backline goes Team Wales, trying to force Shogun away, and they do exactly that. Team Wales are winning this fight, and yes, some of their health bars are low. Great snipe from Shogun. Man. 2 for 2, and now Glory is going to be taking the brunt of the damage. Ace in the hole, not enough to get the kill. But it is still Team Wales who have control over the river. They're not going to be able to get the Baron. And as you mentioned, just a little bit too aggressive. Maybe Froggy's been too aggressive. Great dead dredge line from B. Out comes the Feather Storm Blade Caller with the Gale Force. Not enough from Vit to reposition and find the kill onto Froggy. So it will remain just as a 2 for 2.
But the health is in the side of SGB, and there's a dragon on the table. This was a terrible misstep from Team Wales. This is going to be a soul for Saigon Buffalo, and it's going to make these team fights that have already been so close time and time again even more Buffalo tilted. This is going to be it. This might be where they've made the mistake, where Team Wales oversteps. Nagia not able to have that impact. And we see what happens. It's the misstretch line, and it starts off trying to go onto Shogun, but the flash is good, and there's still just so much CC. They can't get on top of the Varus. They can't get on top of the Ari. There's just so much in the way. Sure, they kill Nagia. Sure, they kill the Elise, but that doesn't matter. They blow everything trying in. Shogun and Froggy get away. You don't have a second charge to follow up on these retreating members. You have to kill them instantly. And since you failed, you lose the fight.
Saigon Buffalo now with Sold. They do have a slight goal deficit, but they are looking for the Baron, and that Baron might be enough to bring them back into goal lead for the first time this game. But keep your eyes on Nagia in the side lane with that Hullbreaker. He's no longer going to be a team fight menace. He is the split push menace, and I don't think this Renekton in the late game is going to have any answer whatsoever for Nagia's Jax.
No, definitely not up against the exposed inhib. That's a gimme for the Jax, but it's still not enough. I'm looking at this mid lane tower that needs to die. That has been a huge source of SGB's continued success. That safety in the mid lane, that ability to rotate quicker through this lane, through this valley in the middle, that needs to fall. Team Wales need to get it down, but they can't find the angle. They don't have the ability to outpush Saigon Buffalo without the Baron, because Varus is kind of stupid. That's almost probably one of the reasons it's been banned for so long. It kills so much momentum, so much ability to siege. Froggy's been looking for something. He's going to find a glory, but Poke just continues to win out for SGB, and it makes Team Wales' life so damn hard. So they're going to keep poking, keep trying to do something with Jax, maybe. The 1v1 begins the top side.
I think Nagia's job right now is just to keep Harsmid out of the team fight, and Team Wales just continuing to posture over the Baron Nash, and now Froggy showing in the bottom side. Team Wales are going to say, right, well, this is our opportunity to take the Baron Nash, locked down by the Everfrost. How does Nagia play this? Jumps over the wall. Froggy will jump in pursuit. Is this Jax mobile enough? Can he dodge out on the charge? Flashing forward, is that enough damage? No! He gets the kill. Harsmid will turn it into 1-for-1, but it is still the kill, and Team Wales get themselves the Baron Nashor as well.
All right, Glory went down in the process. Baron Nashor for the side of Team Wales, but now there's pressure for Saigon Buffalo. They're going to try and push down the mid lane as best they can, try and break another tower, try and dampen what Team Wales can do. Vit's here to defend it, but this tower should be dead. And with 3 people here, they might just run down Vit.
Slow. Gale Force enough to get Vid out of range of the chains of corruption.
Killer Queen!
He's hovering around. Killer Queen just went
Come back!
the inner tower. He thought Vid would be enough to
Stop
keep
doing
the
crunch!
base alive, and in the end, Saigon Buffalo, they get an inhibitor tower, and they get an inhibitor as well, and let's see exactly how Glory died.
Why was he doing Krugs? I'm apparently not allowed to see. I'm getting a blank.
No,
I'm
we're
gonna
not allowed to
freeze.
say. We just want to see that beautifully airborne Nautilus. It does look, it looks great. I never realized the Nautilus could fly.
Yeah, no, he's high in the sky, looking fantastic. As yeah, I'm not sure if this is what the
So, Bobby,
the stream is seeing, but
Bobby,
we're just looking at the Baron.
What's the weather like in Australia right now?
Not bad. So I'm gonna actually have to cast sort of on a weird delay because
Are you getting up the actual
is,
YouTube stream now?
No, our Discord stream is frozen, but it's still going fine for the regular stream.
Spoods. Maybe his graphics card died again. Oh, I see Spoods typing. Oh, we're back.
No,
we're back. We've got a fight happening. Jumping into the backline is someone I don't know who it is because it's a bit blurry. It's Nagia, and he finds the kill on Shogun.
Froggy's dead.
Still alive for the side of Team Wales. They're looking for more. Haswed will slice his way over the wall. 2 kills for 1 in favor of Team Wales.
Those are the ones they needed to kill. They've got Baron buff. They've got a super minion wave. They're going to try and end right here. Vit's going to go hard onto Hasmid. Can't find the kill.
And they still have a Baron buff as well. Can Guri keep this wave going? Lands a good stun on to Killer Queen, but in comes Team Wales. They want the kill. They'll get a Guardian Angel. They'll get a kill. And there's not anything that Taki can do by himself. Forced away from his base, the Nexus will fall, and Team Wales are 1 game away from playoffs.
Oh, yeah, we kind of missed a little bit at the end there, but they found the targets they needed. They killed Shogun, they killed Froggy, and then SGP could not hold the line. The